Hello, beautiful ones, the Army of Light Earth Division, the boots on the ground. Shawna L. Francis here. Today is November 7th, 2023. Thank you so much for being here for the weekly briefing. Yes, team. Today I will go through another book entry from a few days ago, November 4th, which actually would have been my 28th wedding anniversary. Of course, the divorce has been final a couple of years, as most of you know, but that date comes around, it's like, oh my goodness. I'm still doing really amazing, feeling very blissful, and honestly, this last week, I've really tried to focus on sharing as much of this field with all of you, really focusing on you, the collective, all the constituents here, everyone who watches these videos, imagining you all being in this great big hug, and my arms just around all of you and just beaming out this light and just soaking all of you with this. It feels so good to share that way, and I feel like I have so much of it now, so much bliss and euphoria and this high vibrational love coursing through my veins, that all I can do is share it. I just want to share it. And of course, you know, the libido is still off the charts. I'm just really trying to be present for this love feeling, be present for these really heightened energetic frequencies, to be able to walk throughout my day, do my business, get my things done, walk the beach, swim in the ocean, while carrying this frequency. And it sounds like from Melchizedek, I'm doing a good job. They like what they're seeing. We're making good progress, and this all is impacting everything that we have going on as a collective. I also have an update on the Galactic Federation of Light and this war that I think I'll save till after this book channeling. And also, Melchizedek has said, you know, really, Shawna, what we want to be sharing with your constituents, it's the book. It's everything that we're talking about in the book. So, because I tend to ask questions or want to know, is there anything else you want to talk to the constituents about, to the Army of Light Earth Division? And they say, really, Shawna, it's the book. It's the book contents. It's the most important thing for the team to know. So I'll continue with this kind of a theme. And by the way, also here a few days ago, they told me that the book is about halfway done, and it's going to be continuing at kind of this slower pace for a while, and they just assure me it's all in divine timing. It will be impactful. It will be released at the perfect time. You know, I'm also noticing that, the whole negative reptilian stuff that's been so central to the work that we've been doing for the past year, really, it's like that bulk of that conversation has happened, and it's being set aside right now, and we're coming back to the collective field and really trying to anchor in this high vibrational love frequency. So this is really the most important thing that we can all be doing right now. What does it mean to be living high vibe like this, to be in this state of love? You know, I'm a student just like you guys. I'm learning this day by day, just like all of you. I would say that fearlessness is really numero uno. So even just a few months ago, I think I talked to you guys, like, I really identify with being a worrywart. This is not the case anymore for me. I'm not feeling this way. I'm feeling really so much peace and feeling at ease with so much of what's going on. Granted, my life right now is going swimmingly. Things are beautiful, and I love being here. I love being in the ocean. I have my best friend from high school visiting. I just picked her up from the airport today, her and her daughter, and so I'm just elated. So they're spending 10 days here with me, and it'll be just such good girl time, fun time. I've known her since I was 15, and you can imagine the kind of trouble we got into as high schoolers. All good memories, no regrets, all good stuff there, but it's nice to have her here and to have this connection with her. You know, she doesn't normally watch my videos, and we don't talk too much about stuff like the reptilian things. It's just not resonating for her, and that's totally fine. There's plenty for us to connect on and to discuss and to, have a shared interest in. So I don't push any of this stuff, but she has, again, a deep respect for what I'm doing. She honors me and what I have going on. Okay, also, before we get into the book channeling, we've been talking a lot about universal acceptance. We've been talking a lot about this being an illusion and really living this knowledge that we are all here in lesson. Every bit of us are here in lesson, right? The Book of Innocence, I'm listening to it for the second time now on Audible. Melchizedek had a wonderful affirmation in there that goes along with what I talked about in my last video, the one that I did after my hike that I just released a few days ago. I would like to read to you guys. It's not very long here, but it's an affirmation that I think is really important for anyone who is still trying to let go of the past. Quit worrying about things that you had done in the past, choices that were made, things that were done that don't sit well with you even today. And this could have been 20, 30, 40 years ago. You know, we tend to carry these things as trauma, as shadow in our fields, and it begins to shape who and what we are and our belief systems and how we act with other people, how we think about ourselves. And again, this whole idea here is this, unconditional love for ourselves. But I want to add this affirmation in for anyone who is still feeling like they cannot let go of residual guilt or shame around a past action, a past choice that's still kind of sticking in your craw today. And they really invite us to make amends if we feel that's necessary. They give the example of a person who hasn't paid their alimony. And going to say 10 years without doing that, and feeling really guilty about it. I think a part of us can really forgive ourselves for not doing that, but a part of us may also feel like, you know what, I'd really like to make restitution there. I'd like to make amends, and address this head on where I'm at this higher state of vibration. So here's the affirmation that goes along with this, if you care to. If this resonates and you want to kind of follow along or repeat this in your mind or repeat it out loud. Again, this is for any choice that you've made where there's still residual effects of that choice and wanting to help clear that field. All right. On this day, I align any choice and the affect of that choice made in fear to be reknown in the upper room. As I say yes to this, I allow the vibration of the word to reclaim all who are impacted by this choice throughout time. And I say these words now in my choice to be free of that affect, of past choice that would inhibit my expression as the true self, indeed in the upper room. I am word through this intention, word I am word. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free, I am free, I am free. Let it be so. The point here, they said if you will still be in the throes of the effects of this choice as long as you continue to claim others in darkness around the choice. So a lot of these choices that we've made that we may be feeling guilty about still today, they've impacted other people besides ourselves. So it gets a little bit more complicated. So this affirmation here, clearing out the effects throughout all of time of a given choice made in fear. Hopefully that helps you guys. All right. Switching gears here. Okay. I'm going to get into the book channeling from November 4th. About 800 words, actually, not too long. And I would say this is exactly where I'm at right now. This speaks directly to how I'm feeling about the work and where it's resonating for me. Melchizedek. We restore a place of peace, a place of belonging, where you may know yourself as we know you, where you may feel free to express yourself from a higher octave that many of you strive to be in, but perhaps just fall short of reaching it. We wish to be your confidant. We wish to be your trusted advisors. We wish to be your partners as you traverse this new landscape you find yourselves in. We can imagine that the target of being in the upper octave, or the upper room as we like to call it, can seem elusive to a mind that has no context for such a location. So this, friends, is a bit of experiential learning, a bit of exploration. You stepping forward, perhaps tentatively, perhaps timidly, but indeed moving forward. There's an acclimation process that must be a part of this path. There is the mind to contend with, the mind that wishes to analyze, pull apart, break down and synthesize. The mind and the ego work in tandem so that there is safety, comfort, and predictability. So it takes a bit of prodding, it takes a bit of tenacity, and also a willingness to be in an unknown space. Know that you're never alone in this new space. As your partners, we flank you on all sides. We illuminate this path. We say, watch your step here, and around this corner, this is what you may expect. We do this with absolute love for you and your innocence. It's certainly not your fault that you have no context for the higher octaves of the upper room. There is no shortcoming here, dear friends. We are teaching you a new way, you as our students, we as your guides. We do our best to anticipate questions you'll ask, the feelings that you'll have, perhaps fears may surface. And as we answer these, we infuse the field with unconditional love for your processes, for this unfolding that is occurring now. As this new landscape begins to take shape for you, as you approach this space with new eyes, new ears, new ways to perceive, new channels of perception, there will be a spark of knowing within you that will grow with each step. There will be a remembering, and eventually you'll grow a thirst for this new space, a yearning for it. Right, quick pause here. New eyes, new ears, new ways to perceive, new channels of perception. Remember that we had an activation here a couple of weeks ago. This activation was opening up new channels of perception. Okay? I believe this is exactly what they're talking about, and I'm definitely feeling this as well. And they continue here. Here, each new level that you reach is like a lock-in key moment. And what's behind each of the new locks is infinitely more vast than the previous. While the focus of this text may be exposing the dark underbelly of a negative regime who wishes to keep humanity in darkness and under control, you'll find this engagement much deeper, much richer, and more transformative than what you bargained for. Yeah. We support you with the love of the infinite creator, the eyes of Source itself, so that you may see and be seen and be reknown through this new landscape. The gifts that we bring are twofold. First, it's a deep resonance with the truth of who and what you are, dear ones. Second, it's a decoupling of an identity that you have fostered based on illusion. I am Shawna. I am Nancy. I am Frederick is not a true reflection of who and what you are. While, yes, aspects of your authentically true self are present at this level and are expressed by you in form, our goal here is to up-level conscious awareness of the fact that you are operating in a shared construct of reality based on agreements and based on expectations. The who and the what you are in truth has very little to do with personality that occupies the body. You may wish to regard the body as a vehicle, whereby you are able to express at a level of density that supports your evolutionary path as a soul in lesson. I'll say that one more time. You may want to regard the body as a vehicle, whereby you are able to express at a level of density that supports your evolutionary path as a soul in lesson. As this soul in lesson reaches beyond what she has known, extends herself beyond what has been understood, she may find that the richness and vastness of these previously unaccessed levels afford her an awareness and a raised consciousness that she could have never comprehended. And again, I'll stop right here. This is exactly where I'm at here, just feeling like I'm just getting a taste for this richness and vastness of a reality that I could not have comprehended. I could not have comprehended this. And we just don't have the context, exactly what they're talking about. You know, this is really, really resonating for me today. Last paragraph. It's as if you've been living in a room with a small table lamp in the corner as your only illumination, and suddenly the big overhead lights are turned on to reveal a treasure of perception now ready to be experienced and explored. This, my friends, is where we take you. An expanded consciousness and a will to be in this heightened state, to operate from this level and be comfortable here as it represents the truth of who and what you are. And then they did like a stop now please situation. So yeah, it's as if we've been living in a room with a tiny little lamp in the corner, and now the lights, the big overhead lights are coming on, and wow, we are looking around going, what is all this? I've never experienced this. We're ready to explore this new realm. And again, just from my personal experience, just fresh, like the last few weeks, the last month, the last 6 weeks, putting aside fear of any kind, worry of any kind, anxiety, feelings of not being worthy, feelings of insecurity, feelings of lack, feelings of being a victim, all these things that we've been working on now for years, guys. We've been at this for 3 years. Many of us much longer than that. Many of you much longer than that. It allows this grace and this peace to overtake your experience. And I want to say one other thing, and I'm not going to articulate this well. It's going to probably take me a couple of weeks to be able to really articulate this. But, and I know it seems like a duh, but everything that we're doing, team, it has to do with our perception. It's all about, it's the internal stuff we've got going on. How we perceive what's going on outside of this body. How we perceive it. What is the vibration we're carrying? Where is the consciousness? Where is our consciousness at? It's all internal. It's all about this consciousness. That's what's being lifted here, because it's the only thing that's real. The density we have as bodies, you know, the things around us, the chair, you know, the kitchen, you know, the couch, our possessions, our houses, everything that's of any kind of form in this world, it's only existing for a level of consciousness so that we can experience this density and learn our lessons. Everything that we're doing as a light worker, everything is up, it's like it's in our field. I'm going to say it's up here, but it's really not the mind and the ego, because when I point up here, I think that's what I'm referring to. It's really not about that. It's about our perception. It's about our consciousness. It's all internal. And then this impacts the whole, because we are all one. So maybe this is just like old news for all of you, but I'm really getting this experientially. Everything else might be completely remaining the same outside of me, but me just changing my belief systems, the frequency I'm holding, you know, through conscious choice, is really where the ascension happens. This is how it works. It's all about our internal processes. Anyway, I'll articulate that better next time. All right, team, I hope you liked that. I'm going to get into what they talked about with the GFL. And I just kind of asked, you know, how are they doing? It's been a long time since we've talked about this. Big picture stuff with my field. And they basically where I'm at, they said, you know, I'm still acclimating to this new field that I'm occupying here. I'm still integrating. But they're super excited about my ability to express at this level, to be comfortable at this level. And they've said there's really no going back. So I kind of hit these gates, walk through the gate, and the door's locked. I'm not going backwards, so I'm just going to keep moving forward. So, and it's beautiful. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing in this entire realm of existence. All right, Melchizedek on the GFL. The Galactic Federation of Light has taken a significant hit, dear one. There are still operational aspects of the Galactic Federation of Light doing extremely important work and who continue to work with your plane of existence on behalf of the Ascension and on behalf of the light. Just a sidebar here too. Cassidy, Star of the Light Renegades, also part of our soul family. She's doing channeling as well on her YouTube channel. She's still working with a contingency of the GFL it's being called the Galactic Alliance, and they're coming through for her quite a bit. I'm really not working with the GFL at all, and I'm not bugging anybody there. I'm not really reaching out. I'm really just letting them do their thing. And obviously I've got a lot going on with Melchizedek and the Halls of Amenti. So they are still working with us, but they've taken a significant hit, and then they continue here. But they are definitely operating at a reduced capacity. This war, the bulk of it is done, both sides having suffered serious casualties, destruction, and setbacks. We would say that it has been a stalemate, with neither side being able to declare any kind of victory and no one really claiming loss. Our sense is the battles will continue as this war settles into a new cadence. Each side will be rebuilding, fortifying, and re-strategizing. Thanks for asking, dear one. So this is not good news as far as I can tell. It means that they just obliterated each other, and now they're going back, licking the wounds, rebuilding, refortifying, re-strategizing, and there's going to be another kind of coming together. So, and just a stalemate. So just it bums me out. But again, we're not really, they don't want us worrying about this right now. They don't want us concerning ourselves. We've got a lot on our plates. We have our missions and our, the idea here that we are bringing this light and love even through all the chaos, all the misery, all the destruction, all the war, all the warring that we're still doing. We are holding the light here. This is critical work right now. Okay, so that was a hodgepodge of all kinds of stuff. How are you doing? I'm a little behind on answering everybody's comments here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your patience. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for contributing to this field. I love you all so much, and I will see you very soon. Mwah.